Hi, it's Gilbert again, and today I'm going to show you a game that you can play with your class using the AVA Squish Ball. I don't know what your class size is. The class sizes we have at Pescadero are relatively small, but I'm going to assume you have an average class size of maybe 30, 35, maybe even 40. I don't know. This game is very flexible. Let's just say you have a class of 35. This game, if you can take a look, is basically got 6 goals. It's a soccer game using 6 of the squish balls, and these flat cones are the goals, and you'll have 6 teams. How many people on each team? 5 to 6 players. If you have one team that has 6 and one team, the others have 5, it's okay. It's not a big deal, as you will find out. Before we play the game, I always remind the kids of several things. Number 1, you are on your honor. Honesty is the best policy because you can lie so easily and no one's probably going to know the difference, but that's not what the point of the game is. It's to play fun, it's to have fun, but it's also to play with integrity. And it's also teamwork, where you need to take turns being the goalie, you need to take turns doing all sorts of things. How's the game played? It's very simple. You divide the class into 6 groups. Each group goes to their particular goal. In this case, we'll call this the orange team for no other reason that they're being given an orange ball. And then you have the yellow team, the blue team, the purple team, the red team, and I don't know what happened to the green team, but the ball should be there. The way it works is, out of the 5 players or 6 players that you have, designate one of them to be the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is how you determine the size of your goal, because these are kids. I tell them, as they play, what they'll start doing is they'll start moving the goal smaller and smaller, making it more difficult for the other team to score and also easier to defend. So I say at the end, if we question the size of your goal, we make the goalkeeper lay down between head to toe, and if the goal is smaller than your body length, then you guys didn't do it correctly. But if your goal is wider than the height of your goalie, you're fine. Here's how the game works. When it starts, and by the way, you're going to play about 5 rounds or 6 rounds, each round lasting about 2 minutes, all right? So you have one goalie, and only the goalie may use their hands. And you'll find out that, quite frankly, the hands aren't even a big factor in this, because all the balls are going to be relatively low to the ground, so more your feet will be used to defend. The other 4 teammates will dribble out, and then you score on any of the other 5 teams. When you score, keep in mind, you have 2 cones, and everybody thinks, oh, the ball has to travel in between the cones. No. In this game, the cones are the goals. So, for example, you have 2 cones to defend. As a goalie, you really can't effectively defend both at the same time, which allows the offense an opportunity to score on you. How do you score? If you kick the ball and it hits the cone, then give yourself a point. When you score a point, don't stop. Just say to yourself 1 in your head and keep on playing. Every time you score, give yourself a point. So if I score a second one against another team or against another cone, that's 2. At the end of the 2 minutes, all teammates go back to their own goal. So if I was on the orange team, I come back to the orange goal and I tell my goalie I scored 2 goals. My other teammates tell my goalie how many points they scored, and the goalie is going to add up all the points for that particular round, and then you as the teacher will come and say, okay, orange, what's your current score? And the goalie will say, we have 8. And the yellow team will say, we have 9, we have whatever it is. And then you say, okay, terrific. You can do this if you want. If you don't want to, you can also keep everybody where they are. But what I like to do is then I will say rotate, where the orange team goes to the yellow team goes to the blue, so they move to a new goal, a new area on the court to play the next round. The score continues, it's a cumulative score. So the second round, everybody comes back, they report, you add it up from where you left off from the first round. So the number will just get bigger and bigger. Now, a couple of things about the game. One is, can you score from any direction? Yes. All right? In any direction. If the goal gets kicked away, it's up to the goalie to replace it as quickly as possible so that play continues. Can a goalie literally straddle a goal? Yes, so long as you're not standing on the goal. But keep in mind, that leaves the other one wide open. The other is I tell the kids that if you score on this particular cone, if you want to score another one, it cannot be on the same cone consecutively. So you can't just like stand there wiggling the ball over the cone, adding up all the points. The next one has to be over there or anywhere else. Can one team be picked on? Yes. Does it really matter? Because all the goals are equal in 1 point, or in terms of scoring points. So basically, in this game, you have 6 balls in play at a time, and you have everybody engaged, and kids actually like it, okay? Is it possible to kick the ball up in the air and have it hit somebody? Yes, and to that I tell the kids, there's no reason to kick the ball in the air. Keep it low, pass it around if you want, and here's the other thing. Suppose you're dealing with a small group of kids who don't like to pass. The answer to that is I add 6 more balls. So each team will then have 12 balls, and they will have more balls circulated. And can you steal it from another team? Absolutely. Does the orange team have to use the orange ball? Of course not. I just use that as a reference for the color of the ball and the team. But if you happen to, is it possible for one team to end up with all 5 balls? Yeah. And then it's up to the other team members to try to steal it back, and that's all part of the game. So this is a simple game. The kids enjoy it. And can goalies pick it up and throw it? I discourage them from doing that only because I don't like anything flying through the air. They can roll it like a bowling ball. Can a goalie score? Yes, of course. So if you can kick the ball into the other team's goal, even the goalie can score. And that's it for now. Enjoy the game.